If it wasn't us posting the bond, it would be a surety bonds agent, it would be a family member or a friend, and we all have to trust the same system that's in place.
Well, that system has a major gap, which the Fox 59 Investigates team uncovered last night when looking at one charitable bail organization. Well, tonight, in part 2 of this report, we take a look at the state's bail system as a whole and why there is a need for these groups in some instances.
Over half of the people sitting in Indiana's jails have not been convicted of a crime, and yet they are sitting there.
Tonight, Birshel Edmeh picks up our investigation and finds some major differences in who is afforded bail.
Her research finds how this contributes to 99% of Indiana jails being filled mostly with pretrial defendants.
At a marble hall in a golden shrine lie tattered parchment papers. The ink on them dried 231 years ago, but today Hoosiers debate those words. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed. It's part of the 8th Amendment. Hope Ebler considers a $40,000 bail excessive.
When we went to court, the prosecutor was like, no, we want to leave her in jail and keep her bond at $40,000, but thankfully the judge was like, no, we can lower it a little bit.
The first-time offender's most serious charge is a level 3 felony for aggravated battery. Ebler says 911 was called after she was protecting herself and leaving an abusive boyfriend. The 23-year-old could not afford bail and spent days in jail.
That's why I went ahead and asked my lawyer to set me a bond review.
A judge later dropped her bail by more than $35,000. Even still, Ebler had to borrow the $250 she paid to get out. Criminal justice advocates say most Hoosiers, unlike Ebler, stay in the system.
That's not a system that's driven by safety, that's a system that's driven by money.
Private bail is a $2 billion for-profit industry which often cripples people with lifelong debt. Charitable bail organizations were started to prevent predatory lending. They help Americans of low income and of color who are more likely to stay in jail just waiting.
The only thing we consider, is this person of light risk? Is this person a danger to our victims or our witnesses? Or is this person a danger to the community? Anything outside of that is left to the court's discretion.
Our goal is simple, to make sure that before trial, the right people are in jail for the right reasons.
Aside from 3 exceptions, Indiana Supreme Court Rule 26 requires all Hoosiers be released without bail if they aren't a flight risk and or a danger to themselves or others. That's a new 2020 rule. Some justice advocates applaud it, but still point to a systemic problem explained best by the 2021 Indiana Criminal Justice Institute report. Statewide, there are 92 jails. In 66 of them, the report found half of the inmates were detainees awaiting trial. In 25 jails, pre-trial detainees made up 80% of the population. That means 99% of Indiana jails are filled mostly with people awaiting trial.
Bail has morphed into this mechanism that punishes people before they've been judged guilty, which is anti-American.
Poor people commit crimes just like wealthy people. But a wealthy person can get out same day, go get counsel, have a defense, and in most cases plead their cases out.
Senator Taylor serves on the Corrections and Criminal Law Committee with committee chair Senator R. Michael Young. Despite their differences across the aisle, the Republican also believes some Hoosiers shouldn't pay bail.
As elected officials, our #1 job is to protect our citizens. Bail ought to be for people that we're afraid of, not for people that we're mad at because they did some stupid act and they're not going to harm anybody and they're going to show up for their hearing. Why get a bail? Why get bail from them?
Reporting in Indianapolis for Fox 59 News, I'm Birshel Edmeh.
Well, right now, the conversation on bail itself and charitable bail organizations has made its way to the General Assembly. Several controversial measures are closer to becoming law and changing who can get help with bail, how often, and who gets tougher bail. All of it follows a process set by the state's high court. And right now at fox59.com, you can learn more about that process and take the questionnaire that's used to recommend or deny bail. You can find all of that on our website, plus other web extras, including both Birchell and Courtney's investigative reports on this topic.